In this video, I'm going to share why you need to stop trying to control the outcome. If you are an entrepreneur like myself, or you just have really high level goals that you want to achieve, then you're going to want to watch this video. And here's the honest truth. I'm making this video as much for you as I am for me, because it's something that I frequently need to remind myself of. Now, I am toward the end of reading a book called 10x is Easier Than 2x. And there was something in that book that really struck me that I wanted to talk about in this video. So here's what I read. I read that the entrepreneur lists conditions that need to be present for that any impossible goal to become believably possible. Those conditions and strategies are where the entrepreneur should focus if they want the highest return on time and energy. And the thing that I wrote down in response to reading that piece of text was, focus your actions on creating the conditions that will make an impossible goal possible. So I've got some pretty ambitious goals. I, this year, want to break ground on an 11-acre real estate development where we're going to be building a series of luxury Airbnbs in a vacation market. I want to, through that project, want to help retire my aunt and uncle. I also want to retire myself and my boyfriend. And I also want to begin an education company where I teach others how to do what we are doing. And at the end of the day, I want to become a multimillionaire. Now, while I have these ambitious goals, I know that I don't control any of those outcomes. So for example, the 11-acre development, we went under contract in either January or February of this year. It is currently almost mid-July. We've been under contract for 6 months. And that's because the county has required some additional steps for us to follow that have just taken a really long time. Now, if it were up to me, we would have closed on that contract within a month or so and would have already been building. But I don't control the outcome of finalizing the purchase and getting the county to say yes to what we want to do. But what I do control is making sure that the people, the team that I have supporting us in this effort, are doing what they need to do. So for example, we are working with a local engineering company, and they're the ones that are responsible for drawing up the plans of the site and mapping out where all of the roads are going to be, the electricity, and all of the details that the county needs to see in order to be able to approve the purchase of that property. So I just make sure that that company is getting done what they need to, and that they're communicating to us the status, and that they're getting to the county everything that they need to do. That's all I can do in that specific scenario. I don't control, the ultimate outcome. In any case, you get it. So the other thing that I think is really important in this point is that while you don't control the outcome, I don't control the outcome, I do control not only the actions that I take to reach that outcome, but the way of being that I have. And what do I mean by that? So in this example, right, of the 11-acre development, I could have kind of thrown up my hands and gotten really frustrated over how slowly things are going. And that would have really created a negative experience for me. And that doesn't serve me. So what I mean when I say sort of controlling the way of being, I mean you can either create an empowering context, an environment, right, a way of believing, or you can create a disempowering context. And I just choose to create an empowering context, right, so that I have happiness and joy around the process and the steps that I'm taking, because I got to go through the process and take the steps anyway, so I might as well be happy while I'm doing it. I think that's another aspect of really stopping to wanting to control the outcome and rather instead focusing on that process. So I think the important thing to really grasp here is that life is going to happen anyway. You are going to become who you're going to become anyway. So you might as well make it a good experience for yourself and for those in your life that are impacted by you. Because the point of life isn't to be miserable, I think. I think the point of life is to do the best that you can with the gifts that you were given. That's all any of us can do. So why not make it a joyful experience, right? If we all got to be here anyway. So I hope that this video helps you and encourages you. If you want to stay tuned to follow along on our journey to develop these 11 acres, and if you want to learn more about the education that we'll be providing, all of that information will be down below. Thank you so much for watching today's video. Bye-bye.